Strategic Bitcoin reserve. That's what kind of stands out to me here throughout all this. What does that mean? We're going to buy Bitcoin, keep it in a digital reserve here and watch it grow for the benefit of our country and really the whole industry of itself as it all develops over the next coming years.
It seems like we are pioneering and we continue to. And joining us now, research fellow at the Heritage Foundation, Alan Mendenhall. Alan, thanks so much for joining us here. Bitcoin, what do you think about it in the frame of reference that President Trump is speaking of it? Is that something safe for the United States economy?
Yeah, well, I think the occasion for this is twofold. First of all, we had this Clarity Act in the Senate that basically stalled out, and it was going to make clearer which assets were regulated by the SEC and which assets were going to be regulated by the Commodities Futures Trading Commission. So we have this thing called the Howey test. It's 80 years old. It doesn't really apply to things like digital assets that use cryptography and blockchain technology. It doesn't account for these things called tokens that we use now. And so it needs to be updated. But the Howey test is designed to answer one question. Is this investment actually a security? If yes, then U.S. securities laws applies. So yesterday, the SEC announced a 400 plus page proposal. And it's a proposed regulation, and now it's going to be open for 60 days of comment and all that kind of stuff that it has to go through before it becomes an actual regulation. But what it's designed to do is solve this problem where crypto projects, they need to sell tokens to get enough money and users to build a network. But if selling those tokens is treated like selling securities, like the way we dealt with like other types of securities that aren't these blockchain type things, then the regulatory burden can make it difficult to develop and distribute the network. So basically, this is trying to modernize rules, to clarify when the SEC, I saw Paul Atkins there, and I saw Mike Selig there, for the chair of the Commodities Futures Trading Commission.
Speaking, right?
It's basically to figure out which one of those entities is going to regulate this kind of stuff. It's making it clearer for innovators and tech people.
Well, becoming more a part of our lives as it continues to develop with the CFTC there. And President Trump obviously very excited about it, wants to get out ahead of it. How does it impact everyday Americans in our lives? Well, I think that remains to be seen. Hard to say.
Yeah, it's all brand new. Yeah. All right, Alan, thank you so much for joining us.